Me. 32 years old, senior systems architect. Role: the guy who keeps the lights on. Company: mid-sized fintech firm handling high-frequency trading data. Stack: ancient C++ legacy core wrapped in Python glue and praying to machine gods. Personality: stoic, tired, functional, alcoholic, coffee only, allergic to meetings. Salary: high enough to tolerate the stupidity, low enough to still feel dead inside. Work setup: basement of the building, server room adjacent, 3 4K monitors, mechanical keyboard louder than a gunshot. I don't talk to people. I talk to the servers. The servers listen. People don't. Current status: equilibrium. System uptime: 99.999%. Ticket backlog: 0. I have automated myself out of 90% of my daily tasks. Spend most of my day monitoring logs, optimizing queries, and reading technical documentation. The C-suite leaves me alone because I make them money. The devs leave me alone because I bite. Life is good. Life is quiet. Enter the variable. Company announces strategic restructuring. Red flag 1. CEO sends out a company-wide email about modernizing our culture and embracing inclusivity in engineering. Red flag 2. Introducing the new VP of Engineering Operations. Her name is Sheila. Sheila lists her pronouns in the email subject line. Sheila has a degree in organizational psychology and a certificate in agile leadership. 0 lines of code written in her life. 0 commits to any repo. But she gave a TEDx talk on deconstructing the patriarchal algorithms of Silicon Valley. I delete the email and go back to optimizing the Postgres vacuum schedule. Day 1 of Sheila. She tours the office. She bypasses the dev pit, bypasses the sales floor. Comes straight to the server dungeon. I'm wearing noise-canceling headphones, debugging a race condition. She taps me on the shoulder. I remove one ear cup. She smiles. It's not a friendly smile. It's the smile of a predator looking at a wounded gazelle, disguised as a kindergarten teacher. Hi there, Anon. I noticed you're down here all alone, very isolated, very siloed. It's temperature controlled for the hardware, I say, and I need the quiet. Silence is often a tool of exclusion, she says. We're going to change that. We're moving you to the open floor plan upstairs. We need to foster collaboration. I can't move. I need direct access to the physical patch panels. Also, the noise upstairs interferes with my concentration. She writes something in a leather notebook. We'll see. Adaptation is a sign of emotional intelligence. She walks away. My left eye starts twitching. Day 7. The stand-ups begin. Sheila implements mandatory 9 a.m. heartbeat meetings. Not technical stand-ups. Emotional stand-ups. We have to pass around a talking stick. It's a plush toy. We have to state our name, what we're working on, and how we are feeling today. Be me holding a plush unicorn. I am Anon. I am rewriting the API gateway to reduce latency by 40 ms. I feel nothing. Sheila frowns. Anon, that's a bit guarded. Vulnerability is a strength. Try again. I feel concerned that this meeting has consumed 15 minutes of trading time, costing the firm approximately $12,000 in potential transaction fees. Room goes silent. Sheila's eyes narrow. Productivity isn't just about numbers, Anon. It's about how safe we feel to fail. I don't fail, I say. If I fail, the company goes bankrupt. She marks something else in her notebook. I am now enemy number 1. The audit. 2 weeks later, Sheila calls me into her glass-walled office. She has printed out my code. Literally printed it on paper. Stack of paper 3 inches thick. Anon, I've been conducting a diversity, equity, and inclusion audit of our codebase. I stare at her. You audited the C++ source code for diversity. Language matters, Anon. Code is language. Language constructs reality. She flips to a page, heavily highlighted in pink marker. Here you use the terms master and slave for the database replication. That is the industry standard technical terminology for primary and secondary data nodes. It is violent language, it evokes historical trauma, it is exclusionary to our black colleagues. We don't have any black colleagues in the backend team, it's just me and 2 Russians. That's part of the problem, she snaps. But regardless, it changes today. I want you to rename all instances of master to main and slave to replica. Okay, I say, I can do that for the documentation. No, in the code, in the database schema, in the config files. I blink. I calculate the dependency tree in my head. The core trading engine is 15 years old. It has hard-coded references to these table names in compiled binaries we lost the source code for in 2014. It has scripts running on client servers that we don't have access to. Changing the schema names isn't a find and replace job. It's a heart transplant with a plastic spoon. Sheila, I cannot do that. Cannot or will not. Technically cannot without breaking the entire trading platform. There are legacy binaries. She holds up a hand. Stop, I don't want to hear technical excuses for moral failures. This is about being on the right side of history. Are you saying you refuse to make this company a safe space? I'm saying if I change those table names, the system crashes. We lose the connection to the NYSE, we lose client data, we get sued. You're gatekeeping, she says. You're using technical jargon to maintain your power structure. I've read about this. It's called technocratic toxic masculinity. I take a deep breath. Stoicism failing. Logic failing. Buzzword overload. I need this in writing, I say. Excuse me. If you want me to rename the root database tables and the replication configurations against my technical advice, I need a direct written order from you. She smiles smugly. You think I'm afraid of accountability? I am a leader, anon. I lead with courage. She types furiously. Ping. Email received. Subject: immediate action required. Inclusive language migration. Body: per our conversation, you are directed to immediately sanitize the code base of all offensive terminology: master-slave, whitelist, blacklist, dummy variable, sanity check. This must be completed by Friday 5 p.m. Failure to comply will be considered insubordination and grounds for immediate termination. We do not negotiate on values. CC HR CEO CTO, who is currently on a sabbatical in Bali. The preparation. I read the email 3 times. I print the email. I save the email to USB drive. I forward the email to my personal address. I reply. Sheila. Acknowledged. Please note my formal objection. Changing these specific parameters in the live environment without a 6-month testing sandbox phase carries a 100% probability of catastrophic system failure, data corruption, and total service outage. The estimated financial loss is between $4 and $10 per hour of downtime. The recovery time is estimated at 72 hours minimum. Are you sure you want to proceed? Her reply comes 2 minutes later. Anon, stop being dramatic, it's just text. Stop hiding behind complexity to protect your ego. Proceed immediately. If it's not done by Friday, don't bother coming in Monday. Also, your tone is noted as aggressive and will be discussed in your performance review. Malicious compliance initiated. I am calm. I am the eye of the storm. I am the surgeon about to lobotomize a patient because the hospital administrator thinks brains look too wrinkled. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I write the scripts. Alter table master trade log, rename to main trade log. ZI slave replica G, etc. /postgresql /12 main /pg hba conf. I go through the entire code base. I find the sanity check functions, rename them to coherence assessment. I find the dummy variables, rename them to placeholder values. I find the whitelist, rename to allow list. I do exactly what she asked. Every single instance. But I also do one more thing. I pull the doomsday backup. I take a full snapshot of the entire working system state as of Friday morning. I encrypt it. I put it on an external SSD. I put the SSD in my backpack. Why? Because I read my employment contract. Clause 14b, intellectual property created prior to 2015 remains the partial custody of the creator until fully vested or bought out. I wrote the core engine in 2013. They never bought out the IP rights for the kernel because they were too cheap back then. Technically, the master node architecture belongs to me. She is ordering me to destroy company property, but she's also ordering me to modify my own IP. Friday 4:55 p.m. Sheila walks by my desk. I was forced to move to the open office. Is it done? She asks, sipping a green smoothie. Scripts are staged, execution set for end of trading day, 5:00 p.m. exactly. Good. See, was that so hard? It feels better to be inclusive, doesn't it? It feels like something I say. Have a nice weekend, Anon. Try to work on your social skills. She leaves. She goes to happy hour with HR. 5:00 p.m. Market closes. I open the terminal. Sudo/inclusive apocalypse sh. Enter password. Processing. Processing. Done. I verify the changes. Database tables renamed. Config files updated. I check the logs. Error connection refused. Fatal role master does not exist. Panic replication slot slave node 1 not found. Critical algo engine v4 cannot find table whitelist IPS, segfault. The monitoring dashboard turns from a soothing green to a violent, bloody red. Alerts start firing. My phone buzzes. Ops Genie alert. Pager duty alert. Slackbot screaming. I turn off my phone. I pack my bag. I walk out of the building. I go home. I open a bottle of expensive scotch. I disconnect my internet. I sleep like a baby. The Monday morning massacre. I arrive at 9:00 a.m. I don't swipe my badge. I don't need to. The lobby is chaos. Traders are screaming into phones. The receptionist looks like she's been crying. The big monitors in the hallway that usually show stock tickers are showing no signal or raw stack traces. I walk to the elevator. Sheila catches me. She looks like she hasn't slept in 48 hours. Her makeup is smeared, her agile leader vibe is gone. Where have you been? She screams. Everyone turns to look. At home, it was the weekend. The system is dead, everything is dead. We lost the Asia Open, we lost the Europe Open, we are losing millions. I warned you, I say calmly. You broke it, you sabotaged it. I followed your instructions to the letter. Would you like to see the logs? Fix it now. I can't, the data is corrupted. The legacy binaries are looking for tables that don't exist. The reindexing failed because the sanity check function was renamed, so the data integrity wasn't verified before the write. I don't care about the technobabble, just undo it. I can't undo it, the old database schema is overwritten. There is no rollback because you insisted on immediate action without a sandbox phase. She goes pale. You didn't back it up. I asked for a 6-month testing phase to establish backup protocols for a migration this size. You denied it. You're fired, she hisses. You are done. I will sue you for everything you have. The showdown. 10:00 a.m. Boardroom. CEO is there, back from Bali early. He looks furious. General counsel lawyer is there. Sheila is there, trembling, trying to spin the narrative. I sit at the end of the table. Sheila starts. This employee acted with malicious intent. He utilized a routine maintenance request to weaponize the codebase. He is a toxic element who resisted diversity initiatives and sabotaged the company in retaliation. CEO looks at me. Anon, is this true? Did you crash the platform because you didn't want to change some words? I pull out a folder. I slide the paper across the table. Exhibit A, Sheila's email ordering me to make the changes immediately under threat of termination. Exhibit B, my email warning that this specific action would cause 100% failure and $10M+ losses. Exhibit C, Sheila's response calling my technical warning drama and ego. Exhibit D, the server logs showing I executed the commands exactly as written in her directive. The lawyer reads the emails. He whispers to the CEO. CEO's face turns red. He looks at Sheila. You authorized a schema change on the production database without a rollback plan, against the architect's written warning. Sheila stammers, It was a moral imperative. The language was violent. We can't prioritize profit over people. CEO slams his fist on the table. We are a high-frequency trading firm, SHEILA. Profit is the only thing that exists. The servers don't have feelings. Sheila starts crying. This is exactly what I mean, this toxic masculine rage. CEO ignores her, turns to me. Anon, can you fix it? Tell me you have a ghost backup. You always have a ghost backup. I lean back. I do. The room sighs in relief. But, I continue, I am currently fired. Sheila just fired me in the lobby, and according to my contract, upon termination, my access to company property is revoked immediately. CEO glares at Sheila. You are rehired, reinstated, effective immediately. No, I say. Silence. Excuse me, asked the CEO. I don't want to work here anymore. The culture isn't a good fit. Too much micromanagement. Anon, name your price. It's not just about price, it's about IP. I look at the lawyer. Clause 14b, the legacy kernel, it's mine. Sheila ordered me to modify it, which corrupted the company's data layer, but the kernel itself, the black box, that's my intellectual property, and since you just fired me, I'm taking it with me. Lawyer goes pale, checks his files, nods slowly at the CEO. He's technically right, the 2013 startup addendum, we never bought it out. Meaning if I walk, the company doesn't just lose data, they lose the engine, they can't rebuild it, they are dead. CEO looks at me, he knows he's cornered, he's a shark, he respects the bite. What do you want? The settlement. 1. Sheila is terminated immediately, for cause gross negligence. 2. I am hired as an external technical consultant. 3. My rate is $500 per hour with a minimum billable of 40 hours a week, guaranteed for 2 years. 4. I work remotely, 100% remote, no meetings ever. 5. I get a lump sum of $500,000 for the licensing rights to the legacy kernel. CEO signs. Sheila is escorted out by security. She is screaming about patriarchal conspiracy and systemic oppression. The security guard is a Jamaican guy named Marcus. He just nods and presses the down button on the elevator. The fix. I pull the SSD out of my backpack. Plug it in. Restore from snapshot SH. Enter password. 20 minutes later. System comes back online. Green lights everywhere. Trading resumes. I rename the tables back to master and slave because that's what the hard-coded binaries expect. But I add a comment in the documentation. Note, terminology refers to technical node hierarchy. Do not change without learning C++ and rewriting the kernel. See Incident Report 666. Conclusion. I am now at home. Wearing sweatpants. Drinking expensive coffee. Bank account looks like a phone number. The new VP of Engineering sent me an email yesterday. Subject intro/synergy. I marked it as spam. The servers are humming. The silence is beautiful. Reality always wins. MFW, I used inclusive language to become a millionaire.